Hi, it's Roya. I just wanted to share and kind of vent out what I'm feeling right now. Um, we have this really sweet Siberian kitten that's about 8 months old, and we love him. We went everywhere trying to find this cat. So this is our Juno. He even has his own hashtag, Juno Harlem. Hashtag Juno Harlem. Juneau Harlem, if you're interested. Anyway, he is the sweetest thing and the most beautiful Siberian cat we've come across. But anyway, so this weekend, we heard, we went to the doctor's office on Friday. We took him to the vet, and he was doing fine up until about a week and a half ago. He started, not, he wasn't eating as much, and I started noticing he was getting really thin. He was just losing weight. And so I got a little concerned, and it's always good to take the cat to the vet to make sure everything's okay instead of figuring they're not like dogs, right? So they don't tell you what they're feeling, you can't tell. Um, but I knew him having to be thin and losing weight was just uh, a concern. So I took him in. They did the blood work. They did the fecal matter, and he calls me on Saturday morning and tells me that uh, he's dehydrated. He has anemia. He on the computer. He has anemia, dehydrated. He has high immunoglobulin levels that are really, really high, which is a concern of his, the doctor's, and also that he's underweight. And yeah, so all these issues, and it just really concerned me a lot. So what he says to me is that the cat might have FIP, which it's too long, I can't, some feline viral papilloma. I'm not good at technical medical words, obviously, but it's FIP. So basically, he's telling me this is a really major concern of his and so forth. So we need to do further blood work, which is not cheap. Um, thank God I got pet insurance for him. Thank God. Anyway, so yeah, so I took care of that, and I've been waiting. And of course, what do? I'm Googling to see what is FIP, what does it mean? I'm freaking out. And so it's telling me that basically it's like one of those kitten diseases that kills them. And there's no way around it. And if they have it, then you just, the longest they could live is 3 years. And that's with like great care and aggressive treatment and all these things. And meanwhile, towards their third year or second year, however long they survive, you know, it's painful for them. So here I'm here reading all of this and listening to other breeder, like, I'm on this Siberian chat room, other people telling me, what FIP is and what it means. And it's basically no matter what I do, he's gonna, you know, pass away. And someone told me that their sister had FIP, like their cat had FIP, sister's cat, and it was just agonizing. And she said that if she had known what she would have gone through and what the cat would have gone through to try and keep him alive and to help him, she would have not done what she did. It was just very, not just exhausting, but also the cat it was just suffering, only to find out afterwards the whole time it was suffering from pain, what it was doing to its digestive tract. Anyway, in the end of it all, so yeah, so I'm given this information, and then the doctor tells me that I'm not going to know until Monday, maybe Tuesday, the results, and here I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, my cat has all the symptoms because I'm Googling, and it says all the symptoms that lead to FIP. And even this other breeder who's familiar with cats with FIP, she says, yeah, your symptoms sound like it, but let's be hopeful. Yeah, I'm hopeful. My husband tells me, Roya, let's think positive. Everyone's like, Roya, think positive. But meanwhile, I'm sitting there thinking, why didn't he tell me? Why didn't the doctor just say, hey, listen, there's just something that I want to look into because it's raising an alarm. I don't want to say anything just yet, but I need to send blood work. Is that okay? Can I submit this, blood work done because it's just something that I have to make sure is not that. And you're like, but won't tell me what it is. Don't tell me what it is. Because now the whole entire weekend, I'm like completely anxious. You can tell my tone, right? I'm whew, but I've been just completely anxious, stressed out. I'm getting migraines and upset because I'm thinking, oh my God, my cat could possibly have FIP, and if he does, then we're gonna have to put him to sleep. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to go through that experience. I've just fallen in love with this cat. So I'm stressing out, and and then with me, I realize that when I stress out or I think of something that's just horrible or doomed, I start thinking of negative thoughts in my head. And when I have negative thoughts, I start stressing and I start putting that out towards mentally, I'm putting them out towards my husband. Negative things or like negative things towards other, whether it's work, my husband, whatever it is. And I'm controlling myself to not allow that to happen because this is the man, this is my husband. I love him. He's my partner. He's the love of my life. I don't want to start thinking negative thoughts of all these little negative, things, that annoy me or whatever it is. And I don't want to do anything or say anything because I don't want it to trigger him and upset him. And really what I'm doing is putting out my stress and anxiety on him. And it's not fair to him. And I mean, thank God at least I recognize where these negative thoughts towards him and work and all these things are coming from. It's the stress of what's going on in my head with Juno, and everyone's like, be positive. And I generally will switch on my positive mode and think positively, but I just can't switch it off. It's just killing me. I've never experienced anything like this before. I was hoping that I could just vent this out. I just can't have anything happening to my cat. So the doctor called this evening saying so far, he checked the AIDS, the cat AIDS and the leukemia, and he's negative for that and some other things negative for that. So those are good things. I'm like, okay. He's like, but we're still waiting out for the FIP. You'll have an answer by tomorrow, no later than Wednesday. And and they're going to submit it to a specialist to make sure the chart is all filled out and everything's correct, because there's so many factors that can give you that conclusion of whether the cat has a FIP or not. And even then is inconclusive, so you have to rely on this certain chart system. So I'm kind of numb because I don't want to think too much about it, but at the same time, I can't help it. I just need to vent it out.